kick off my February reflection, I like to start within my journal because a lot of the times when I'm like going throughout my day, taking time to journal kind of help me to be in the present moment and how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and all the things. So to kind of kickstart off my reflection, I just took time to be still and really reflect over this month in journal, because it makes it very easier when it's time. I say very easier. It makes it easier when it comes time to like put out the highlights and 3 reasons I should be proud of myself and the struggles and lessons from February. And so then you're going to see me transition into that, where I begin to really highlight what were my monthly highlights for this month. I really love to take pictures throughout the month to document, and I just really find it really helpful to just take a trip down memory lane. And so my monthly highlights was having self-care and enjoying the city by myself, as well as my creative projects and hobbies. And then Richard graduated from fire school February, so that was also a highlight. And then also I had my first speaking engagement of the year, so that was really nice. For 3 reasons why I should be proud of myself. 1, I spoke on stage for the second time of my life. So shout out to me and thank God for growth, because 10-year-old me would be very, very proud of myself. Number 2, I learned a new craft. So I learned how to crochet. Number 3, I took care of myself and wasn't as accessible to others. So I made sure that I was pouring into my own cup first. And then I wrote down 3 of my struggles and 3 lessons that I learned this month. So number 1, I battled with what I seen and what the Lord said. And the lesson from that was to trust God no matter what and declare it until you see it. Number 2, getting tired from not seeing the fruit within my family and business. And the lesson I learned is that you shall reap what you sowed. And then number 3, frustrated at the waiting season. And what I learned from that is learning how to wait on God and create an atmosphere of praise no matter what. And I usually like to go back in my journal because that helps me to be intentional throughout the month by documenting those things so that, I can come back and see like, this is what you were feeling, this is what you were thinking throughout the month. And so those were my highlights, my reflection, struggles, and lessons from February. So going into a new month, I love to remind myself of my priorities in my life so that I can add to my calendar accordingly. And I find this method really helps me to balance what's on my plate and not do too much. So I really like to start with my priorities, and then I also do a mini vision board, and this is essentially what God has said in the last month or just this year in general. And then I go into what my word of the month is, what my monthly read will be. I am still finishing up the book Crazy Faith. I just really been taking my time through that book because the Lord has really been teaching me faith and how to exercise that muscle. And so I've really been trying to be intentional with that. So this is just really a encouraging word to you when the Lord is working on a specific area of you and developing a specific area of you, to really be intentional with that by, reading scriptures, doing Bible studies on specific topics, and reading books to really help you grow in that specific area. Then I write down my goals and intentions, so like my focus areas and different things like that. So really for me is self, community, and creativity. Then I go into my monthly habits, which is drinking water, creative outlet, reading books, journal, and being still. And then my monthly expectations, which is just the unexpected, a refreshing and revival, new connections, and new revelations. And so that is essentially how I like to reset for March.